Okay, so welcome to Yin and Meditation. So we'll start with a few minutes of centering before we get going. So Julie, you can stay where you are if you want. I don't want to take you out of that with your shoulder issue. So coming into a comfortable seat, let your spine be tall like you have a string pulling you up from the head. You can have your hands face up if you want to receive. You can use the Gyan Mudra where you touch the pointer to the thumb for focus, or Dhyana Mudra where your left hand's under and you just touch the thumbs together. And then just closing the eyes, begin to tune into your breath. Feeling the cool air as you breathe it in. Trying to stay connected to the breath. So allowing each inhale to still your mind. Each exhale to still the body, relax the body. Just trying to let go of your day, all the happenings before you arrived. Giving yourself permission to fully be here in this moment. Maybe setting an intention for your practice. And slowly begin to open the eyes. We'll begin with a few neck rolls to start. Just bring the right ear towards your right shoulder. And as you inhale, just gently bring the head over to the left side. And as you exhale, rolling it back to the right. So just doing a few of those to loosen up anything you may have going on in the neck. And coming back to center, just reaching the hands out to touch the mat or the floor. And as you inhale, reach up, look up. And as you exhale, simply twist, bringing the right hand behind you, left hand comes to your right knee. Then inhale, reaching back up, and exhaling, twist to the other side. And let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. One more. Making sure you're breathing. And then we'll start out in butterfly pose. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. If you want to work more on the low back, you want a bigger diamond shape, so your feet come further out. If you want to work the groin area, you can bring them in. So I usually have a pretty large diamond shape. And then hands come around the toes, and this may be enough. You may be seated upright, just letting the head gently hang, or you're working to get the elbows down to your shins, or you're taking it further depending on your flexibility, working to get the head down towards the feet. And you're breathing.
And if your mind feels busy, maybe you're already noticing yourself thinking. Without judgment, just bring the mind back to your body, to your breath. Maybe counting, inhaling for 4, holding or suspending the breath for 4. Seeing if you can exhale for 8 or 10. This will help go ahead and kick in your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your calming. You're already halfway through the shape. Just check in, notice if you're clenching the teeth or the jaw. Maybe soften the space between your third eye, the eyebrows where we tend to wrinkle. See if you can soften your face, soften everything. Be here just about a minute more. Very slowly begin to lift the head and using your hands to walk yourself back up. Using your hands under the knees to help bring them up. We're going to roll the hips side to side to help release that shape. And then we're going to stay seated. And I'm going to show you shoelace. And I'll give you 2 options. So the first one is you're stacking the knees like so. So you're trying to get one above the other. So maybe we'll all start with our right on top. And then you're walking forward and folding. If you don't feel like that's very accessible, just keep the left leg straight. You're still stacking the right knee over the left. And then you're walking forward. That one's actually, even though it's a modification, it's a little more of a stretch. You feel it in the back of your hamstring too. So you're getting 2 different stretches. So just try those both out. Pick your shape. And then we're breathing. Remembering our 3 rules of Yin to find our edge. So where you feel the stretch, but you're not in any pain. Once you find your edge, you settle into the shape. We try to find stillness so that our muscles are inactive, trying not to use them anywhere. And then we wait without moving. No matter what comes up in the body or the mind, we try to remain still and just be with it. Much like meditation, we're trying to just be with what is in our present moment. Any body sensations, any thoughts. We're just noticing everything, but just staying, breathing through it, letting it go. Be here just about 45 more seconds. Take one more breath here. And then slowly walking the hands back up, releasing the shape, maybe shaking out the legs before we switch. And then we'll go to the other side. So you're either stacking left over right, both, or you have your right leg extended, left is still stacking. And then once you find your shape, just begin to fold over it. Maybe adding back in your counting. Maybe adding in a mantra, breathing in, I am, breathing out, loving awareness. already halfway through this side. One more minute. Very slowly walking the hands back up and untangling the legs, shaking them out, and then we will meet in tabletop. You're going to bring your wrists, you want stacked under the shoulders. Knees are under hips. We're going to do a few cat-cows before our next shape. So as you inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. And as you exhale, you're pressing with the palms, tilting your pelvic bone, arching the back, bringing chin to chest. Head is the last thing to fold. Just try to move mindfully, breathing as you rotate between your inhales and exhales. This lubricates your spine. And puts your spine in every possible position that it's able to go in. This is really good for it because we don't do this typically in our day. You want to try to incorporate cat-cow into your daily routine if you're not coming to yoga. Maybe one more, and then we'll meet in neutral. And we're going to move into child's pose. So your knees are going to come as wide as the mat. The big toes are touching, sinking the hips back, walking the hands forward. And if you want to add in a mudra, you can keep your hands in Anjali mudra, which is just the two palms together. And you can just rest them on the floor above the head. And this focuses both of your brain hemispheres. It's very calming. Child's pose is good for anxiety. It's very grounding. Over halfway through the shape. Put on during a minute. Very slowly on your next inhale, you're going to press up and make your way onto your belly. You're going to take a breath. You're going to stack your hands, making a little pillow. Let your feet fall open, resting your head. Just check in, notice the mind feels, what the body's feeling. Maybe focus on breathing through the belly. Your next inhale, you're going to come up onto the forearms. We're going to stay on the belly. Push back this way. I'm going to show you a couple options. So the first one is space, where your palms are pressed and you just press up into the back bend, like so. If you want a little more than that, you can angle the hands to the corners and you're coming up like this, which is seal, which is a little more intense. But maybe you try that one until I call halfway and then you come down, or you're just in space the whole time. They're both back bends, so pick your shape. And in either one that you're in, we want to just really focus on the breath here, dropping the shoulders from the ears if you're in space. Checking in with the jaw. You're not clenching the glute muscles. Just trying to soften into the belly here. Visualize sending breath through the vertebrae of the spine, all the way down the backs of the legs, into the toes. Bring the breath back up the spine, up over the shoulders, into and out through your fingertips. We're energetically sending breath to every cell in our body. Halfway through the shake, if you want to make any adjustments to what you're doing. We'll be here about 1 more minute. slowly, slower than you think you need to go, begin to lower down back into the resting position, letting your head rest on your hands, letting your big toes touch and your heels fall open. That'll decompress your spine. And just check in, notice what the back is feeling. Your next inhale, you're going to bring the hands back by the shoulders and press yourself up into tabletop. And we're going to meet in downward dog. So if you want to press the palms wide into the mat, lift the toes, lift the hips, imagining you have a string pulling the tailbone up. We're going to be moving into a forward fold. So from here, once you're in downward dog, you've made a little bit of movement, you're just going to walk the feet up to meet your hands. You want your feet about hip distance apart, which is about 2 fists, if you want to measure. And you really want to bend. And Julie, maybe use the wall. Julie, like have where you're against it, and then just kind of let your arms hang. So you're not working your shoulder. And then once your knees are bent, you're just resting your torso on it. Here, the camera can see. And then your head, you want the crown of your head aiming towards the floor, like you're draining the brain. The hands can just rest at the feet. If they don't reach the floor, you can cross the arms at the elbows and just let your head hang, maybe doing a few nods, yes or no, just to release the neck. And then you're just hanging and breathing. You can always bend the knees a little more. This is dangling pose. This is also considered an inversion. So if you have not found your way to headstands, you can do this and get the same benefits. You actually have more benefits in this one because you're compressing your organs as well, which is a massage. So it's almost like you're squeezing them, wringing them out, and then blood comes back into them. Over halfway through. Check in that you're not clenching the jaw. Just imagine any stress or worries just literally draining out of the brain into the earth.
About 40 seconds left. You could do anything for 40 seconds. And from here, we're going to bend the knees so that our hands we can touch and kind of stable ourselves. So you're going to heel toe the feet towards, so the toes are pointing the mat towards the mat, and bringing the hips down. We're coming into Malasana. So two options for the hands. You can put them back into that Anjali mudra at the heart, or you can just let the arms hang forward, letting the head hang. That's the yin version. But sometimes it helps to press the elbows against the thighs. And just check in that you're not clenching the teeth. Breathing, sending breath to any areas or places you may feel tension. I won't keep you here long. It's a good hip opener. We'll be here just about a minute more. So about 45 more seconds. See if you can stay with it, no matter what the mind may be telling you. And from here, we're going to bring the hands back to make sure we're stable. We're going to come onto our backs. We have one more shape before Shavasana. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Coming back, or you can come to your back first and bring the soles of your feet together. You could have your hands on your thighs, maybe your belly. If you want to focus on belly breathing, you could use a mudra, which if you put your middle finger to your thumb, that's a mudra for patience. You could have one hand on the heart, one on the belly. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. Slowly begin to straighten one leg at a time. Bring your legs as wide as the mat. Palms can face upwards. Letting your body get heavy. Maybe tucking the shoulder blades. Taking a cleansing breath in through the nose. Sighing it out through the mouth. Shavasana.
Slowly bringing your awareness back to the body, back to the room. Begin to make small movements, maybe wiggling the fingers, the toes, maybe making wrist circles, ankle circles. Maybe a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, pointing the toes, arching the back. And rolling onto your right side for just a minute. And when you feel ready, you can meet me in seated position, easy seat for our meditation portion. So you can sit lotus as in your practice or just an easy seat, whatever's comfortable for you. And then just letting your spine be tall. Letting your eyes close gently. There's tension in your face, try to soften it. Relaxing the forehead, the cheeks, the jaw. Just breathing into the throat. Letting your shoulders relax, drop away from the ears. And tune your awareness to your breath. Setting an intention to release judgment of yourself, of the practice. Knowing that we have a body and we have a brain, but we are not those things. We are the awareness. And just begin to follow the breath as a way to anchor you to this present moment. Allow yourself to step out of your thinking to rest the brain. We're not trying to get rid of thoughts. We're just changing our relationship to the thoughts. We're noticing them. We are the observer, the one who witnesses those thoughts. So when you notice yourself thinking throughout this practice, maybe say to yourself, thinking, and then come back to the breath. Follow each inhale, following each exhale. Being present to each breath as it changes. Seeing if you can be with the aliveness of each breath. See if you can enjoy each inhale. that soothe you. Each exhale grounds you. Surrendering to the feeling of arriving in this present moment. Every time we sit, every time we breathe with awareness, we come home to ourselves, our true nature. Let each inhale be an invitation to return to your true self, a coming home. We'll end this practice with a Kundalini meditation called Hands on My Heart. So you can bring the hands to the heart. Just take a breath, take a moment to connect with your heartbeat. And just repeat these phrases silently after I say them. Hands on my heart. I feel the pulsating rhythm of my heartbeat, the vibrating aliveness of my being, the fire of my life. I listen to the sound of my heart. I hear the song of my soul. Hands on my heart, I have found the key that unlocks the door to love, the switch that turns on the light, the gratitude that fills the void, the power that renews my body, the life force that awakens me to my true identity. Hands on my heart, I open myself up to my own love. I hug my inner child. I hold myself in my own arms. I reunite with my soul. I am born again in my body, the fine, true, tuned instrument of my soul. Hands on my heart, I have found the clarity, the purity, the simplicity, and the humility of the eternal prayer of love. Hands on my heart, I feel the powerful force flood through my hands and my whole body, bringing sacredness and oneness with spirit to my human form. The hand of my soul touches me with the gift of self-love. The hand of God blesses me with the gift of divine grace. I honor the place in you where the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you where there is love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. And slowly bringing the hands to heart center, bowing mind to heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Okay, guys.